Meanwhile, let's get you some breaking news, of course, from the neighboring Bangladesh, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bangladeshi counterpart, Sheikh Hasina, are all set to shortly flag off 2 bus services. These are going to be 2 new bus services, one that will run between Kolkata, Dhaka and Agartala, and the second one between Dhaka, Shillong and Guwahati. There you can see those visuals, in fact, of those bus services being flagged off. They've already been flagged off by the 3 people on the dais. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Sheikh Hasina, Bangladeshi Prime Minister, and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who is also present. So for this meeting in particular, for this visit, really, connectivity, trade, transit, these are key areas where the 2 governments are talking, and 2 new bus services, in fact, flagged off now under those agendas. Mr. Sheikh Hasina, former diplomat, is also in the studio with me. So, we've already had existing rail routes and bus routes, but a lot of people seem to suggest that those routes are not really functioning properly, or those buses are not in great shape. Adding 2 new buses, is this really a demand, you think, which needed to be met, or is it more of symbolism?
No, it's a demand. It's very very logical. If you look at the distance, it's 500 kilometers versus something like 1400 kilometers if you go by land route.
Yes.
And these things were actually working till about 65. We had relationships around that whole area between Calcutta and East Pakistan at that time, and the northeast, and things were moving. Trade was moving. We know of Bangladeshi diplomats who used to come and study in Darjeeling schools.
So a lot of the pre-65 routes actually might even be
so
the ones that they need to keep working on.
We can reconnect them.
Yes.
But 50 years of disuse and lying dormant has created problems, because railway lines, for instance, in Europe, when the EU thought about getting Europe linked,
right,
they had to worry about marrying the gauges, because each country had different gauge. We inherited the same gauge on both sides. So we have what we've inherited after the independence was much more common between our countries. It's just a question of
Very interesting point that you make, that unlike of course when it comes to the other countries and their integration, perhaps this is something that comes very naturally between Delhi and Dhaka, to say so. We're slipping into a short break here, but we continue to track those developments in Bangladesh as well as all the political developments here in India as well. Stay tuned.